friends. This guy, man, you got to follow him. Yeah, he's an ex-Freakmason that's like burned the Bible, burns the apron, and I'll show you now. Yeah, and then I'll upload this is part 1, and part 2 will be his full podcast, which is 1 hour 15 minutes, which you can see here. Okay, so first of all, this is Mr. Freedom. Look him up on Facebook. Yeah, and you'll see I've been cursed. Have you or a family cursed your bloodlines with the Masonic obligation rituals? If so, I'll be doing a live prayer group which will walk you through the steps of renouncing the spells put on your bloodline by the craft of Freakmasonry in the name of Jesus Christ. Now, as you know, I have prayers on my forum, www.nazonboney.com, which stands for, in Freakmasonry, the keys to the hidden treasure. I have some prayers on there to renounce Freemasonry anyway, so get on there and have a look. So now here's the vid. So what I'm going to do, look him up anyway, Mr. Freedom, and his podcast is there, look. And he tells you why he quit. Yeah, so get on it. That's going to be in part 2, but for part 1 now, yeah, I'm just going to, and then I'm going to show you this lady, yeah, which is another lady you should follow. So here we go, straight in. Here we go, my profane friends. Oh,
those, remember the Pfizer stickers? And they were like little babies, right? So they both had them. Like, hold those stickers. And I took a picture and put it online. Well, there were some Mason members that were like taking pictures of my kids, wishing death upon my kids. So I was like,
why?
Because I shared a picture that said "fuck Pfizer." So I was against the vaccine, and
so they were pro-vaccine.
Yeah, a whole bunch of these Masons came after me because I was pro-vaccine. I'm like, what a bunch of limp dicks. Like, I don't give a hey, I don't wear your fucking emblem. I'm not wearing the. I turned my back against any organization that stood against the safety of my children. Yeah, and any group, and if it didn't matter if it was you. I bought your shingles. Didn't matter if I was part of your club. I said, you. Part of my French, but. Yeah. Anyone that wanted my children to take a poisonous vaccine with a serpent really written on the side, it was gloves off.
Cancelled. Streaming everywhere.
In the daylight glare of it, no apologies, no edit button, hit record and let it run.
And there you go. Now, if you go over again to my Freakmason forum of Nazonboney, yeah, .com, you search for chipping, put in Masonic chipping, yeah, and you'll see where the Freakmasons are trying to chip all their families, including yours, with blood, with blood, fingerprints and everything else. And all it is to mark your kids. So if they need a body part, yeah, or someone's blood, a particular blood they're looking for the higher elites, yeah, right? Because this is part of their, part of their payment. And by being part of that gang, if one of their children needs a kidney, they're going to get that kidney from one of your children, yeah? And that bloodline, all that information, that blood you give them, and they put, in that chip, and that tells them exactly where your child is when they need a kidney, a heart transplant, or blood. Do you see what I mean? And that's why they're doing it. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the payment to the elite for keeping shh. So look up Masonic chipping on my forum, and you'll find it straight away. Obviously, it's on my my Facebook posts as well. And everything else. So yeah, this is why they're trying to chip and get blood samples from your children, so they know where to come directly for the brotherhood when they need a kidney, a heart, a lung, or anything else they need. Oh, podcast, go see him, Mr. Freedom. Yeah, go see him.
Well, people ask if I'm a Mason. I was a Mason, right there. Oh, get it in there. Good riddance. Christ is king.
Burn that Masonic apron. Again, if you look down my wall, I do lots of blood spatter tests on aprons, yeah, where I've bought second-hand aprons from like eBay and off Masonic wives, that when their husbands are passed, I've took their aprons and I've done blood spatter tests on them, So just look down my wall and you'll see I've done loads of blood spatter tests on Masonic aprons. This is the actual podcast. I'm not going to upload that. That'll be in the second video. So I'll upload now. I want you to see this lady. okay? Go follow this lady as well. She's really good, yeah? Again, Tanya Bird Lane, yeah? Go follow her, yeah? See, look, tell me why I'm lying now. I dare you. Listen, these sick people took my mother and my brother. I want their asses hung good and proper. You know what I mean? Because they kill people. That's what I say. You know, you don't understand. This is why they kill people. You think when your relatives or people go into hospital, they're going in there to be cured? No, they're taking body parts or killing you because there's a specific request on you because they want your blood type, they want your kidney, they want your heart, or whatever else it is. You know what I mean? And when that doctor comes to you in his white coat, or nurse, whoever, yeah, and says, "I'm sorry, they've passed," you believe it. You know what I mean? Because that white uniform carries authority and power, even though behind that white coat there's hidden a Masonic apron. Do you see what I mean? And that's what they've been getting away with for centuries and decades. Do you see what I mean? This is why they control the funeral homes. You know, look at the corrupt funeral homes I've shown. You know, one that had the symbolism with the square and the calm piss, and then when you inverted it, it had a man sleeping with a corpse. Do you see what I mean? You just can't make that up. You know, look at it. What is it called again? Oh, I can't remember what it was called. But anyway, the point of the matter is, it's coming. It's like if I remember it, it's there. I know what it is, and I can't remember. But anyway, just listen to what this lady says, yeah, and go follow her, Tanya Bird Lane, because she's another true anti-Masonic lady. Yeah, she's in the Profane Lodge, same as this guy here. And like I said,
people laughing at me.
we're moving. This movement is growing. The Profane Lodge is growing. You know what I mean? We were constituted in 1980s. The Profane Lodge was, and now we're growing in numbers. And obviously, more and more people are waking up to the control system of the Freakmasons. You know, of them wearing their Masonic aprons and hiding it behind uniforms of authority and having the ability to control people with uniforms and suits and everything else they need to do.
I want them to burn all of them. But it's not just the billionaires. It's in your hometowns. You can start with the Freemasons and work your way down. It's in the churches. It's in your schools. They're everywhere. But start with the Freemasons. Secret societies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. And that funeral home is Legacy. Yeah, look up the Legacy funeral home. Look at the emblem. Yeah, the emblem, or the the Legacy logo, which is on the outside of the shop. Scroll in on it. Yeah, so enlarge it, and then flip it upside down, and you'll see there's a man sleeping on top of a woman. Yeah. Obviously, it's the square and the calm piss hidden in plain right as well. But when you flip it, you'll see the female parts, and a man is sleeping on top of a corpse. Yeah, you just can't make it up. But that's what it's called, Legacy Funeral Homes. And obviously, like I said, all the way through my videos, even what she mentioned here, it's all to do with heraldry. And then families that go back decades and centuries, the kings, the queens, the lords, the dukes, the earls. They're just hiding their Masonic aprons.
Now you asked yourself, why ain't there windows in that thing? And why don't they say what they do? Like, what's the big deal? It's because they're doing the nasty on each other. Because that's what they do. That's what they like to do. Just like they say, don't have a dog, get a goat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And I'm going to show you profane people in a minute what they do with the goats. Yeah, some live feeds. Yeah, like I said, all they do, there's no windows in a lodge because they're bum stretching all the children through the tunnels. Do you know what I mean? And I obviously did a storm the Masonic lodges. You'll see in a minute.
It's a good Saturday morning to you. Now, for the ones that keeps commenting back and forth on my Mason post that I made, let me just tell you, if your daddy and your husband are in it, and you think that they're okay, well, I'm going to tell you otherwise. Because whether you're first degree, 33rd degree, it don't matter. You've sworn your allegiance to Satan. That's all I need to say about that. Now, they can't tell you because it's a shh society. And for the ones that say, well, you see them all over and you see the buildings, I see the buildings with no windows. So what's that tell me? They can't tell you what they do because it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, baby. I know what you're saying. And that's the whole point of it. Shh. Don't say nothing. That we bum stretch kids and we pull them in through the tunnels. They don't go through the doors. They come through the tunnels, you know. And this is what it's all about, my profane friends. So that's that, okay. And now that's part 1. But I'm going to upload part 2 as his podcast, yeah, to this dude, yeah. But I just want to show you my Facebook, yeah, and some of the latest posts I've done, okay. Oh, that's Mason Hater. Get on in, Mason Hater. A true profane person. See, look, this is it. Master recipes, you know what I mean? But they do that in the restaurant, do you know what I mean? But anyway, that's another story. But go see Mason Hater. So many people on my wall that are the best of the best of the best. Let me just see if I can get to there we go. Now look, watch this. Oh, it's that glowing Maxwell video. Wait a minute, wait for it. You know, these are some of the posts I've done in the last couple of days, you know. So get on my Facebook, Scott McIntosh, yeah. Look, how many poor profane people do you think are in the picture? How many do you think are millionaires and trillionaires? And then these people, yeah, they go back to their hometowns, yeah. And they're the ones, you know, I'll leave it there. Just pause it and then read it, okay? Yeah. But these are the people that go round to your towns, yeah. And they go back and they control your town halls. These people, they're your town, they're your mayors, your chief inspectors, and they just hide their Masonic aprons, you know, and they in their uniforms, you know. Death rituals with the Kabbalah, look, you see? Masonic apron, and who's in the background? The Gao-Tu, you see? Look who's in the background. I show it constantly, yeah? The New World, look, 777, 21, 2 and 1, 3. Look at the blood on the hand. But anyway, that's not what